Here are 9 signs that your dog doesn't fully trust you and what you can do about it. Number 1. A not-so-happy puppy kiss. Most dog owners know and love the puppy kiss or lick. It's wet and slobbery, yes, but you just know each lick is filled with love. But what if it isn't? Dogs might lick their packmates, which includes you, mostly out of affection, but they also lick whenever they're uncertain. Licking their lips is often a sign of submission. They do it as a sort of calming signal to tell a more dominant dog, or you, that they're not a threat and aren't feeling comfortable with the situation. They might be stressed or just not that comfortable around you yet. Similarly, dogs lick their owners in appeasement. This type of licking often occurs when you're trying to do something they're uncertain about, like hugging them. It's also more likely to be mistaken for affection. Many dog owners don't realize that their puppy licks them and then pulls away because they're anxious. If your dog combines licking with yawning, cowering, or lack of eye contact, it's safe to say they're not enjoying the attention. Number 2. Suspicious of treats. To some dogs, treats make the world go around, which makes it very alarming when your dog refuses treats altogether. For some pooches, this is normal behavior. Studies have shown that some dogs prefer their owner's praise over treats. Some dogs even find playtime preferable. A lot of dogs, however, do like treats. Some fussier dogs might refuse treats from everyone if the treat isn't one they absolutely adore. But most of the time, they're happy to eat anything as long as it's tasty. If they're really uncertain about you, they might not accept a treat at all though, even if they enjoy snacks from everyone else in the household. Maybe you're stricter when it comes to their diet, or you've taken a treat off them before because there were sharp edges or some other danger. Refusing a treat doesn't mean your dog hates you. They're just wary and unsure what to expect from you. But dogs also go off food when they're not feeling well, so make sure you rule out potential medical issues. Number 3. Talking to a wall. Have you ever noticed your dog listening to other people in the house more than you? It can be both frustrating and devastating. What did you do wrong? Not listening to you can be a sign your dog doesn't trust you completely. A new dog might feel closer initially to another person. They, like us, just connect with some people more than others. In this case, you just need to give them time to learn that you're just as interesting and just as willing to provide them with extra snacks. If it's a sudden behavior change, though, your dog might be confused or stressed. You might have a bad day at work and accidentally scare your pooch by yelling or slamming the door. Or maybe there's an inconsistent rule in the house that your dog doesn't understand, like whether or not they're allowed on the couch. Feeling confused by you means they're more likely to avoid you because they don't want to get into trouble. Of course, not listening to you probably gets them into trouble anyway, but at the moment, they'd rather stay where they are. Number 4. Playtime? No thanks. Like food, playtime is a winner for dogs. Some breeds are more active and playful than others, which can play a part in how often you can entice them to play. Your requests for playtime could be ignored for a few reasons. They might not be in a playful mood, or they're sleepy after a long walk, or maybe they're already playing a fun game with someone else. Neither means they hate you. They're just tired or preoccupied. However, dogs who don't fully trust you might also refuse to play. This is the most obvious if your dog always refuses to play with you, but someone else can entice them to play every time, even when your pooch has already given you an emphatic no. Again, this doesn't mean they hate you. They might just not like how you play. Maybe you hold that ball too long or the game ends too fast. You might just be a less active person who can't quite keep up with your dog's energy levels. Sometimes they just prefer to play with someone who gels with them better. Other times, you need to work on your bond with your dog. If they don't trust you enough, they won't feel safe playing with you because they're not sure how you'll react. Number 5. Keeping an eye on you. Whenever you're in the same room as your dog, you might feel them staring at you. This can be flattering. Many dogs stare at their favorite person because they want to learn more about you and what you're doing. Maybe they'll see an opportunity to help. They might even follow you around the house so they're available if you ever need them. When you look at your pooch, you might not always get the impression that their staring is curious. Sometimes their unblinking gaze can feel downright eerie. In the dog world, a direct stare is a challenge. It's something they only do when they're really unsure about you. Watching you whenever you're nearby could just be their curiosity at play, but they could be expressing their distrust of you, especially if they don't try to get closer or follow you around the house to see what you're doing. In this case, they're watching you to make sure you don't get too close. Number 6. Don't look at me. As a complete 180 to our previous point, some dogs won't meet your eyes at all. Again, if eye contact is seen as a threat, and more than anything else, dogs like to know they're safe. Staring at someone they distrust is a bit like squaring up to someone for a fight. In the dog world, it's just not a good idea. Not meeting your eyes and going as far as to not look at you at all is dog language for "don't hurt me, I'm not a threat." But what does this mean for your relationship with your pooch? It doesn't mean your dog will never trust you. Most likely, they just need a little more time to learn about who you are and what you expect from them. Once your dog is more familiar with you, they might meet your eyes without fear. They know you won't hurt them. But some dogs never lose that wariness about eye contact. Not meeting anyone's eyes might just feel safer to them, even if they do trust you. Number 7. You can't see me. Not all the signs of your dog's distrust are as subtle as eye contact. One of the most obvious things your dog can do is cower from you or hide whenever you're nearby. If they do this, you know they're not happy around you, especially if their behavior is accompanied by other warning signs we've already mentioned. Some dogs might even snarl at you if you get too close to their hiding spot. They don't trust you and want you to stay away. When dogs are comfortable around someone, they let you know by being all loose and wriggly. Their entire body shakes with the force of their happy tail wagging, and they often wear a massive doggy grin. This makes their cowering even more obvious. When they're hunched up as small as possible with their tail tucked, they look terrified. On many occasions, they are. It's not easy to narrow down why your dog feels this way about you. Give them space to come to you on their terms. It seems counterintuitive, but the more you ignore them, the more they'll realize you're not about to hurt them. Then you can show them gentle affection and grow your bond at a speed they're comfortable with. Number 8. Just out of reach. Some dogs don't hide if they don't trust you completely, but they're still obvious about not being comfortable with you. Rather than outright hiding, they might prefer to stay just out of reach. Instead of cuddling with you on the couch, curling up by your feet, or sleeping with you at night, your nervous pooch might steer clear. They might even back away if you approach them. While it might seem rude, your dog is actually being polite. Putting distance between you and them shows they're not comfortable without relying on snarling or biting. It's their way of requesting personal space. But it also doesn't always mean your dog distrusts you. Sometimes, even they get tired of social interaction and just want to sit quietly on their own. Number 9. Watch for the hackles. Not all dogs react to stress by making themselves look smaller either. If you have a braver, more confident pooch, they might make themselves look bigger to warn you away. They're still just as wary about you as their timider counterparts, but they show it through aggression instead. When the fur along their back stands on end, giving them a spiky line down their back, this is called raising their hackles. It can be difficult to tell in long-haired dogs, but it's often accompanied by a stiff, upright tail, direct eye contact, and a tense posture. Their stance and hackles make them look bigger and more threatening in the hopes that they'll be left alone. Some dogs accompany their hackles with vocalizations like growling or barking. It's not fun to know your dog is directing this behavior at you, but don't scold them. You might scare them further. Give them time to themselves and try to figure out what's upset them. If it is you they distrust, spend time building their relationship with you by providing a safe, calm environment for them to relax in. Some dogs bare their teeth when they distrust someone, but not all shows of these pearly whites are a bad thing. Check out this video to learn why dogs show their teeth and why it isn't always because they're aggressive.